Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so this is when we get the really big hand, and what we mean by that is, oh, we can get a lot of tricks with just our hand. We don't need much help from partner. Okay, so this is what we reserve the two club bid for. Okay, so that's our really strong hand that we've got 22 or more high card points, or we have a whole bunch of tricks. Okay, so um, I was taught, when I was originally taught about the two club opener, my mom taught me one trick short of game in your own hand. You'll see 8.5 quick tricks. You'll see different ways of describing it. But when I get a really strong playing hand, I actually don't even count the high card points. I look at how many tricks I can get. So, for example, you know, if I've got a really strong suit, say a 7 card suit to the ace, king, queen, it's only 9 high card points, but it's probably 7 tricks, right? So I only need 2 outside aces, and I basically have 4 hearts in my hand. So I suggest that you look at a hand, 22 or more high card points, you open at 2 clubs. But then also remember, if you have an unbalanced hand, strong playing hand, you might only have 19 points, high card points, but you have 9 tricks, or 10 tricks, you have something like that just because of your distribution. Okay. So Larry Cohen, in his article, if you read about it, he's like, oh, it's one of my pet peeves. I don't like to put a high card point. Right? And like I said, like I told you, I don't even count them if it's a really strong playing hand. So so you got the 20 to 21 relatively balanced hand, you'll open that 2 no trump because it won't have all the tricks probably. Okay. But you have a 20 high card point hand and a bunch of tricks, you can open that 2 clubs and hoping partner has at least one trick for you. Okay. So 2 diamond waiting is what we will be the response most of the time. Okay. It's 2 diamond waiting. You can play a variety of different systems over the 2 club opener. 2 diamond waiting is strongly preferred by Larry Cohen, and I'm a big Larry Cohen fan, so we're going with it. Okay. So 2 diamonds is generally what the response is going to be. The only time you don't respond 2 diamonds as a responder is when you have 8 or more high card points, okay, and a good 5 card suit. And I would actually even say you had ace king in your good 5 card suit. I'd do it with 7 actually. But anyway, so it's 8 or more high card points and a good 5 card suit. You'll respond that suit. All right. So that basically it tips the scale to say we're probably going to slam partner, and this is my best suit. So you give partner a lot of information if it would go, for example, 2 clubs, 2 spades. Okay. I've got 5 or more good cards in this suit, and I've got 8 or more high card points. I'm definitely interested in slam partner, and spades is my best suit. Otherwise, 2 diamonds covers all the rest. Generally, when you have 23 points, we'll say partner sitting over there with 3 or whatever, not very many, right? It's not that many points to go around. Okay. So the 2 diamond baiting bid will cover all the other responses, and then you go from there. Okay. Um, so then it goes artificial bid of 2 clubs, artificial bid of 2 diamonds, and then you start talking about your actual hand. Okay. So if the opener were to go to 2 hearts, that would be a natural heart suit. It would be 5 or more hearts. I already told you I have a bunch of points. You don't need to jump. You already said I've got game basically, partner. Don't worry. We want to talk now. Okay. So that would be a 5 card or longer heart suit. All right. As likewise, if you did spades, if you have 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, I certainly would consider bidding 2 no trump. Because we'd open a no trump, with a 5 card minor. So same type of thing. And that's where it gets to be that some people kind of tend to not remember then what happened. So if it does go that sequence of 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump, denying a 5 card major and relatively balanced hand, we play that systems are on there. And what I mean by systems are on, our conventions are on. So in this case, Stamen and Blackwood. So it's like you open 2 no trump, but not with 20 or 21 points, with 22 or more. Okay. And you can play 3 no trump is 25 or 26. And so the 20, but 2 no trump would then be that 3 clubs is Stayman, 3 diamonds transfer to hearts, and 3 hearts is a transfer to spades. Okay, so try to remember that. 2 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump. Systems on. We still want to search for an 8-card major fit. So if you have 4 in a major, you can do 3 clubs as a responder, searching for that 8-card major fit. Or if you have 5 in a major, you can do a transfer to the major. Okay, so 2 no trump is systems on. Okay, and then he goes and talks about different bids and competition. Okay, so we've got ourselves started. In general, it'll go 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 4 spades. Partner's got 3 spades and 3 points, and they just want to end it in game. So a jump to game in that sequence would actually be a weak bid. If they are interested in potentially exploring slam, they would actually go to 3 spades as responder. Okay, so now if we do find a fit and we want to find out if we can maybe make slam, so 6 or 7 in a suit, what we do is we can ask for aces. Okay, and this is where this lesson's going to get a little funky, kind of because the robots play a different way. They actually, I teach and for the most part play the old way. Call me old fashioned. Okay, I just ask for aces. See, some people think you're not a very good player if you play the old way. But so I'll do whatever partner wants to play, and I'm going to introduce the different Blackwood asking for aces systems in this lesson. Okay, but it's not quite as complicated as one might think. All right, because you can kind of figure out the responses based on what systems people are playing. But the old way of doing it is you just respond by the number of aces that you have. So if we found a fit, we found that one of the 2 people want to ask for aces. 4 no trump is that ace asking bid. Okay, 5 clubs, partner, I have 0 or 4 aces, and trust me, they'll know which one. 5 diamonds is 1 ace, 5 hearts is 2 aces, and 5 spades is 3 aces. Okay, that's the old way of doing it. That's not the Roman key card way of doing it. Okay, and you will find most people are playing Roman key card Blackwood now. Like I said, I tend to not play conventions or artificial bids that I see good players mess up. Okay, and you really shouldn't mess this up in an experienced partnership, but I've seen plenty of partnerships mess this up. I like to know about the aces in particular, because then I know potentially how the hand's going to play out. So I play the old-fashioned way, and you can do as you wish. But so when you're playing with robots and many other players, Roman key card Blackwood, and you can play 2 different ways: the 1430 way, or there's 3014. You just flip them around, and all it says is that if you do 4 no trump 5 clubs, I have 1 or 4 key cards. And what it does is it adds the king of trump to the conversation to say we have 5 cards now, the 4 aces and the king of trump. All right, if this is just too confusing for you, go ahead and skip till we get to the hands. Okay, I'm fine with that. You don't need to play this system to be a good bridge player. Okay, but the name of the system is telling you what the different responses mean. So the 1-4 is 5 clubs, and the 3-0 is 5 diamonds. You play 1430, or if you flip it and you play 3014, the 5 heart response and the 5 spade are the same. I've got 2 key cards without the queen of trump, and I've got 2 key cards with the queen of trump. All right, so I don't regularly play any of these systems, but I understand them, just because if they say they play 1430, I know what they're talking about, because the 1 and the 4 is their 5 club response. Okay, that means they have 1 or 4 key cards. And the hearts and the spades are the same in that they include the queen, or they don't include the queen, and they include the queen when they have 2 or 5. Okay, so 1430 or 3014. And I think the robots are playing now 1 way for the majors and 1 way for the minors, which I know some people play. Anyway, you do what you want, but make sure you're on the same page with partner, because we don't get these big hands, slam hands, very often, and you don't want to mess it up. So again, that's actually why I favor the regular way, so we don't mess it up. Okay, and then you can do kings, where you go the same way, 5 no trump, and then respond in the kings, or you can do kings, which I do prefer that you do kings up the line. Again, this won't, this doesn't come up real often. It confirms that you have all the aces, or all the key cards, and then you can ask for kings. We'll just kind of leave that, and we're going to go to the hands. Okay, so 2 clubs are big strong opener. You don't have to ask for aces. You can ask for aces in any kind of combination if you think you have a slam, but I just teach it together. 2 clubs is your strong bid, 2 diamonds is your waiting bid. Hey partner, tell me something else about your hand. And then if we do get in a situation where we ask for aces, 4 no trump is your Blackwood bid asking for aces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at bidding some hands here so we can put this into practice. So partners open 2 clubs. Okay, yay, they got a big hand. All right, and what do we do from here? So when we go back to what we talked about, again, 95% of the time it's going to be 2 diamond response. This is going to be one of those times. Okay, 2 diamond waiting. It says what it means. And we're just kind of hanging out and letting partner communicate some more. Oh, actually, this is good. This first hand here. This is the sequence I want you to try to remember. That this now we can go into Stamen. All right, we don't need our 8 points anymore because partners basically promised us a bazillion for our Stamen bid. So I do have a 4-card major. So 3 clubs is going to ask partner if we have a 4-card major. They picked our wrong one. Okay, so 3 no trump will say, sorry partner, it was spades. So if they happen to have 4 in both, they can actually go on to 4 spades if they want. So 3 no trump would deny it, say, this first bid said I had a 4-card major, and now I'm going to tell partner whether it was hearts or not. And I'm going to say, no, it was not hearts. And they let it go to 3 no trump. So they had a 4-card heart suit and only 2 spades. Okay, so that was a 2 club opener followed up by a 2 diamond waiting bid. That will be your most common sequence that you need to work on remembering. So again, 2 clubs and 2 diamonds are artificial, and then we go from there. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one and see what we get. Okay, so they're opening 2 clubs. Okay, so that's basically, a strong hand. All right, this looks like it's one of those hands that have a bunch of hearts, right? So they're gonna, we're gonna pass. They did the 2 diamond waiting bid again. They did have 5 decent spades, but they didn't have 8 or more points. Now this hand is telling the partner, I have 5 or more hearts. It's my best suit. How does that work for you, partner? And they'll probably respond spades, and they did. Now this hand is saying I not only have 5 or more hearts, now I have 6 or more because they bid it twice. This first 2 heart bid said I have 5 or more. So this rebid is now saying it's 6 or more. So now this hand has enough hearts to support, and they just bid it, put it in game, and ended the conversation. Okay. So that's when you have the really strong hand, you go ahead and open it 2 clubs, strong playing hand, and then you can follow it up by bidding your hearts. In this case, they bid it twice, promising 6 or more. Okay. So we had a 2 club opener again, and then we moved into 2 diamonds again, and then we went to showing a suit this time instead of 2 no trump. All right, here we go. 7, 8, 11, 14, 19. All right, 7, 8, 11, 14, 19, 2 double tens. Some may open this 2 no trump. I wouldn't. It's close though. That's 2 no trump. That's a Jacoby 2 no trump. That's a bid that we haven't covered in lessons yet. And then I'm gonna bid, I think 3 no trump would show a balanced, no, not a balanced, some maximum. No, maximum. Yeah. So now they're gonna ask for aces. So this is Jacoby, Jacoby 2 no trump, so it's a different kind of bid. But anyway, we ended up asking for aces, and now I'm going to respond. I'm going to have to kind of use what the robots play, and you can always hover over if you're using BBO, you can use it. So in spades, I have what they consider two key cards. I have the ace and the king, and I do not have the queen of trumps. So my response is going to be 5 hearts. And they decided to put it in 6 spades. We must not have all the key cards because they bothered not to ask with the 5 no trump bid. So the person that does the Blackwood that asks for the aces is the hand that's in charge. So I'll just let it go. And wow, yeah. So partner, that's what the Jacoby bid showed. They had 4 in support for us in opening hand or better. Looks like we'll lose the ace of diamonds. We are in a good place. All right. So we had to ask for aces after we found our spade pit. Okay. So this one we're gonna go. The partner open a spade. We're gonna do 2 clubs. They're gonna do 2 hearts. We're gonna do 3 hearts. Hey, we like those. And we ended up in 4 hearts. So we didn't have a oh, I didn't have enough bid for my 2 clubs. Oops. Oh well, we'll skip that one. I was assuming we had all these big hands, but that one was not. All right. So, all right. 5, 9, 13. So we're going to open this one a club. We don't have a 5-card major, no longer minor as clubs. 1 heart. Partner has 4 more hearts. If you ever need to find 4 more hearts and 6 or more points, we're going to tell partner about our spades. This is a 4th suit forcing, which just tells us not a whole lot, but they have a bunch of points. We'll go ahead and ask for aces now. We have kind of a neat hand. So the partner is responding. Again, you can click on it, 1 or 4 key cards. So they have, we're missing 2. So they have the king of spades or the ace of hearts. We don't know which one, okay? So we're gonna sign off and put it in 5 spades. And they actually call it sign off. All right, so there we go. All right, so yeah, partner had the ace of hearts, which is good. So we might lose the king. Well, we won't lose the king of clubs because they let a club for us. So we might lose the king of spades and we won't lose the queen of hearts because we only have 2. I mean, it may not work out quite that smoothly, especially if spades are not 4 or split 3-2, but we do have some tricks, that's for sure. It should make 5. All right, here we go. This is going to be the last one we're going to do. And we have a bad hand. Well, they have it. So let me click this on so we can look at their hands as they're bidding them. All right, so they open 2 clubs. The famous 2 diamond waiting response. So they actually have 8 or more points here. So this will be interesting to watch this. But they don't have a quality suit. So they just bid the 2 diamonds. We're going to pass, and now they're going to talk. 2 hearts, 3 hearts. So this is what I was talking about. If they weren't interested in talking some more, they would just go to 4 hearts. But they are interested in talking some more. So this is showing 3 hearts, and it's saying, hey, partner, let's keep talking. And they're doing 4 clubs to show the ace. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing, control bids. Oops. I don't know, it's not letting me click on their bids, but anyway, they're talking some more and they're going to end up in 7 hearts. So they're communicating about stoppers and they ended up in 7 hearts. Looks like you can make 7 hearts or 7 no trump. Okay. So, anyway, so the lesson, today, like I said, I want to apologize. I think it's a little confusing, some of the different things. Larry Cohen did put an article, if you are an ACBL member, it was the January or September 2020. He did some stuff on 2 diamond responses. I'll have the link. The link was in the last, for the article. I'll have it also at the bottom down below in the YouTube for this one. I'll have the link in there for this article. And then I'll have a link in there for ACBL. It's American Contract Bridge League. If you're not a member, I think it's great. actually just for the magazine alone, but you can also enter games and tournaments and different things with your membership, and it keeps track of points and how you're doing, kind of like a handicap system in different other sports and stuff. So anyway, so thanks for following along. Again, I don't mean to confuse you, but remember that the Roman key card Blackwood, it's called RKC or different things like that. I also have a video that covered, the different way, the 1430 way. I'll make that a link in below too, and click that for something you want to follow up more. I don't think it's worth confusing and having a problem with communication with partners. So again, I teach from the beginning. I teach the regular old-fashioned way, but you can play as you wish. And again, some people just consider this, there's just no way any good player would play this way. But they did do a survey of top level pairs, and a lot of people that were in this camp were really surprised when they found out that 30% of the top level players play the old fashioned way. So it isn't as bad as people think. It is worthwhile to know about the king of trump. I do admit that, but I don't like to mess up the communication. There could be confusion on what the trump suit is in different sequences. So I like this way, for no trump, just asking for aces. And then you can use it a little bit, more liberally as when to use it. Just if I jump to 4 no trump partner, tell me about aces. So it becomes a little cleaner communication as well. So 0 to 4 would be your 5 clubs, and then 1, 2, 3 on the way up to 5 spades. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. That tells YouTube that, hey, these are lessons are worth doing. Like the video, little like thing, and share with others. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me, and have fun and enjoy the game.